My favorite thing about the acoustic guitar is its immediacy, because I can just pick it up and I can go. And if it's in tune, then it's there. You know, soft. And it's just an expression of your soul that comes out in sound.
There is something so viscerally satisfying about playing a guitar. It vibrates in such a cool way. You're giving it a hug. I don't know. I've spent much more time with these things, maybe, at this point than I have with people.
The guitar is kind of like a paintbrush. It would create something different in different hands.
My first guitar, it was an Innovation guitar, one of those with the fiberglass backs. When I first started writing my first few songs, it was behind the guitar always. It felt like it was an intuitive instrument that I was able to just make noise with and almost instantly make music with.
The guitar for me was always a very antisocial instrument at first. The guitar represented something that was going to be at a social function. It gave me something to kind of pour myself into, or maybe words might fail me, musicality wouldn't.
Playing guitar was the only thing that gave me confidence. It was a way of making friends. For me, the guitar is just, I don't even know what I am without it, to be honest.
The guitar is such a safe place to talk about feelings, to really sit down and dig deep. I'm not thinking like I'm exploring my feelings, I'm thinking I'm writing a song.
What excited me about the guitar was the capacity to express my emotions without words. And to me, music gives me that ability to process things in life. I feel like what I communicate with my music is my experiences, also my emotions, of course, and my life story. It's interesting because I play instrumental music, so it's kind of more abstract. And I think that it's a great way to people connect within their own story, and then they create their own world with my music as soundtrack.
As somebody who primarily just plays instrumental music, I've had to find a way to express ideas without lyrics. Your imagination is what can create the story.
What I look for, first of all, I love melody. And then I also love something with some kind of harmonic complexity. And then just on the guitar, the way that in certain tunings, notes will resonate together, it just starts to have mystery to it. When you start putting 6 strings in an imperfect piece of wood that's all resonating together, it takes a life of its own that's really living and vibrant. And guitars change day to day. Humidity, temperature, atmospheric pressure. I'll pick up the guitar and I'm like, you're not in a very good mood today. Or just play it and it just sort of like it's in a good mood and it's ready to make music with you.
I really love how the guitar provides a structure for songwriting. I write a lot of poems that don't have music to them, and then I often sit down with a guitar and try to reinvent the poems and the feelings with the chords. You know, chords have feelings, words have feelings.
The acoustic guitar allows for a lot of rhythmic possibilities. And I tend to mostly play drums on guitar. That's kind of my style. And rhythm to me is an intricate part of a song just as much as the lyric or the melody or the chord progression is. And mainly I play enough to write the songs and I kind of hear the whole band. I love playing with bands, I love hearing bands, and so the whole band is in what I'm playing. So for me, it's a friend who helps me and accompanies me in the songwriting process. That's kind of how I look at the acoustic guitar.
When you get really into the guitar, it becomes kind of an obsession, and you start going down all these rabbit holes of different styles of guitar playing. The first time hearing a classical guitar, that was a life-changing moment for me. And when I realized at some point in my life that I can actually make a living doing this and teaching it, you know, that's a gift. This is incredible.
To figure out my sound, it's been such a crazy journey. So it was just exploring new territories and realized that the acoustic guitar has a wider range of expression than the electric guitar. You know, the electric guitar, You have to plug it in to create that expression. And the acoustic guitar is all about your fingers. So that like connected me to my body more and connected me to the guitar in another level that I've never experienced before.
Playing guitars makes me feel whole. Like if I'm hanging out by myself at home and I've got a couple of hours and I can sit down and pick a guitar and the dogs fall asleep and I can just play stuff that makes me happy. If I can do that in front of people, I like that too, but I don't necessarily like one more than the other.
I've been so lucky to play so many kinds of music with many kinds of people, but there's something about, in particular, playing the acoustic guitar that feels so personal to me. I love making music with other people and for other people and in front of other people, but even if I didn't have the opportunity to do that, let alone professionally, I would still pick up a guitar by myself and strum.
Music is therapeutic for me. So when I'm feeling bad, it always surprises me like how much music makes me feel better. Just sitting on the couch, playing the guitar for an hour, I feel 100% better.
Music absolutely fits into the mental illness aspects of who I am. I've had 3 hospitalizations where I went into full psychosis. When I came into one of my hospitalizations, I was in the ICU and they brought me to the next unit and there was a guitar there and I was like, just beeline to it. That's all I needed while I was there. I was just in the corner playing the guitar and all of a sudden I looked up and all the patients were with me and we were all having a sing-along. To see people in their worst come together because of music is important.
I think the thing I love most about playing the guitar is feeling like an extension of my voice, like coming from my body. It really is a hard way to describe it, but it really feels like not only am I singing, but like the noise is emanating from my heart, essentially. That's what I love about playing the guitar.
I look at this guitar and like I know all the dings. It's like, yeah, I remember when I put that hole into there and oh yeah, that one there, and you know, it's just its story is me, and so I've put a lot of myself into this. And you pick up a guitar and you invest your emotions into it, and when you're like just sort of sad and pensive and you just play for sort of self-soothing things, it just kind of gives it back to you, and it's a vehicle for expressing your own emotions beyond just living in your head and contemplating whatever, you know.
Sharing your story with a guitar never ends because your story is constantly changing, so your music is constantly changing. Hopefully the way you see the world is changing too. The world without guitar, I can't imagine. It's like the world without art.
Y a pesar de todo el tiempo, es la caída lo que más recuerdo. Perder la inocencia solo por jugar. Me has dejado sin piel y no sé si es normal. Soy un cobarde, lo sé, aunque me sienta capaz. Perder la inocencia solo por jugar.